Good evening, Jai Hind, Radhe Radhe. I hope all of you are doing well. Good evening, everyone. I hope I am properly audible and visible to all of you. So I hope that I am properly audible and visible to all of you. Okay, so I welcome you all to this session. And last day we have discussed one very important topic, which was with respect to India and New Zealand relations. So we have seen that part, that the basic concepts, the basic things about India-New Zealand relations, like what has been the relations in the past, what is the significance or what are the key aspects of it. Now, last day itself, several deals were signed between India and New Zealand. So today we are going to discuss that one topic about India and New Zealand also. Okay. Then we are also going to see this trade deficit trend also, which is going to be relevant for your prelims examination. We are going to see that what is the trend of deficit in India. Okay. There are certain news articles, but we are going to see a very comprehensive overview of the trade and its related components here for Indian economy. Second part which we are going to discuss is with respect to the appointment of CAG. Now, we have been talking about Election Commission of India, that in the case of Election Commission of India, there was this Anup Varanwal case, and after that government has also come with a legislation. There is again a fresh petition in the Supreme Court, and now again for the CAG appointment also we have this one petition which has now been accepted by the Supreme Court. So that is also one thing which we are going to discuss. Then we will talk about this one case study which is relevant for your prelims also, because we will see other examples, and plus it is a case study for your mains also. Okay. So this is also one of the article which we are going to discuss in today's session. So I hope all of you are doing good. Like I hope you have been revising the topics and everything. See, overall we are discussing, like we are having 20 sessions per month. So 20 sessions per month and 3 questions also per day. So roughly around 50 to 60 questions we are practicing per month, plus same number of topics, a little bit more number of topics, around 80 topics we are discussing per month. Even if you are covering this, portion, it will be more than sufficient for your prelims purpose as well as mains purpose. Okay. So we are discussing those articles only which are relevant. Sometimes you may be having this one thing in mind, why we are discussing only 3 or 4 news articles, why not entire 10 or 12 articles per day? So we are not discussing them because they are not relevant. We will take only relevant topics, that's why 4 or 5 topics per day. Okay. So now, before we go into that, let's see this part. The question here is, how many of the following states have major mangrove cover in India? One is Odisha, then Gujarat, Tripura and Andhra Pradesh. See the question carefully. The question is, how many of the following states have major, not simply mangrove cover, have major mangrove cover in India? So answer, like you have to give the answer. Options are only 1, only 2, only 3 and all 4. Question number 1. Good evening. So tell me about this question. Which state has got the maximum mangrove coverage? Last day we have seen about Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu has increased its mangrove cover, like it has nearly doubled its mangrove cover from 2021 to 2024. Now, okay, so questions are option A, C, B option. Okay. West Bengal, Gujarat. Okay. See, if you look at this, the eastern coast of India, you will find that it is there in Odisha also. Odisha has a very prominent mangroves vegetation. Like if you go across the Simlipal and other regions, they will find that there is a very prominent mangrove vegetation in Odisha. Odisha boasts of its tourism due to mangrove coverage. So Odisha is having, Andhra Pradesh is also having, and Gujarat is also having. Okay, so Gujarat is having the second largest, but Andhra Pradesh is also having significant coverage of a 404 square kilometer of area. That is under this Andhra Pradesh region. So Andhra Pradesh is also having, Odisha is also having, okay, and Gujarat is then famous. So Tripura is the one which is not having any such significant mangrove coverage, although there are certain rivers which are having some mangrove plants but not significant coverage. Okay. So in significant coverage, you have Andhra Pradesh, you have Gujarat, you have Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Odisha, West Bengal, Andaman Nicobar, etc. They are having the significant coverage. Okay, so here the answer is only 3, C option. Tripura is not having, but Odisha, Gujarat and Andhra Pradesh, they are having significant coverage of mangroves. Okay. Now, coming to the second part, consider the following pairs: Strait of Hormuz, Persian Gulf and Arabian Sea, Bab el-Mandeb Strait, Red Sea and Gulf of Aden, that is Gulf of Aden, Suez Pipeline, Mediterranean and Black Sea. So how many pairs are correct? Okay, Harshit Prajapati, I will say that to the team. Okay. Last day also you have given message. I have communicated it to the team. I will communicate it further about the CSET classes, reasoning classes. Okay. So, what will be the correct answer here? Strait of Hormuz, Persian Gulf and Arabian Sea, Bab el-Mandeb, Red Sea and Gulf of Aden, Suez Pipeline, Mediterranean and Black Sea. So I think this is also a significantly easier question. If I think all of you can answer this. Okay. So here we can see this Strait of Hormuz, it is connecting the Persian Gulf and Arabian Sea. This Bab el-Mandeb Strait, last day also we have seen Red Sea and Gulf of Aden. Suez Pipeline, it is connecting the Mediterranean with the Red Sea. So not the Black Sea but the Red Sea. So here 1 and 2 are correct. Third option is incorrect. So answer will be B option. Okay. Then now here we have this one question with reference to mangroves. Consider the following statement. Mangroves are found only in tropical and subtropical coastal regions. They help in carbon sequestration and act as a natural barrier against coastal erosion. India has the largest mangrove forest cover in the world. Options are 1 and 2 only, 2 only, 1 and 3 only, and 1, 2 and 3. Now, this is one important question. Like, let me see what you gave the answer and then I will talk about it. This is a concept based on NCRTs also. First is saying mangroves are found, and there is a word also only, in tropical and subtropical coastal regions. They help in carbon sequestration and act as a natural barrier against coastal erosion. India has the largest mangrove forest cover in the world. So what will be the answer? Question number 3. Okay, D option, A option, C option. No one going for option number B. Look at the look at the question carefully. There is only also in this first line. It is written that they are found only in tropical and subtropical regions. So that is correct also. Mangroves are found only in tropical and subtropical coastal regions. They cannot survive. They cannot survive freezing temperatures. They cannot survive the freezing temperature. And hence, what we see that they are found only in tropical and subtropical coastal region. So that is correct. Second is also correct. Third is incorrect because it is Indonesia. Indonesia is having the largest coverage of mangrove forest in the world. Not India, Indonesia. So 1 and 2 are correct here. Answer is A option. Okay. Now, coming to this question, this is a news article which says that India's good trade deficit at 42-month low. Means our trade deficit has been reducing. Okay. So we are not going to talk about this whether there is a positive trend for the economy or negative trend for the economy, because this is a monthly comparison. We are comparing it with respect to the month of the last year. Okay. So that is one part. Plus we have seen that this is not just Indian trend across the world. There is a slowdown in the economy. That's why imports and other things are going down. Okay. So that is one part of it. Okay. What we see that like gold and silver import, they have fallen down. Okay. There is also decrease in the crude oil and petroleum import also. Okay. Even export has also declined. There is not only decline in the import part, the export has also declined. So there is decline in both import and export. Okay. Imports are at the lowest level since April 2023. So that is one of the key articles or news which was there. Now I am going to show you certain data. Like these are very important things which you have to know for the examination purpose. First thing is top 5 principal commodities in 2024-25. All these data are authentic as per Ministry of Commerce. All these data, all these figures are directly from Ministry of Commerce and Industry. So it is the most authentic data with respect to trade in India. Okay. So here we have top 5 principal commodities. First thing is petroleum products, drug formulations, then telecom instruments, pearl, precious and semi-precious metals, and electrical machineries. Okay. So these are the main items of export from India. First number we have petroleum. Second number we have the drugs, means the pharmaceuticals. The third number is telecom instruments. Okay. So you can see a change here. Earlier what we used to see that after petroleum it was pearl, precious and semi-precious metals. But now there is a change. What we see that one of the major thing which is being exported from India is medicines and plus telecom instruments. So that is a positive sign that telecom instruments have become the third largest exported commodity from India. And then we have also this electrical machinery which is coming on the top 5 exported commodities from India. So these are the top 5 exports or principal commodities and their value also in crore rupees. Okay. So that is one part, top 5 export commodities. Now, what are the import? Like what do we import from outside? Okay. So if you look at the import, petroleum crude, the crude oil which we are importing, it is the major item of import. There is another thing, gold. We are importing gold from outside enormously. We are enormously importing the gold from outside. That is the second item. Third item is petroleum products also, electronics components, coal, coke and briquette. It means again the coal part. So remember this one part also here, the coal. Coal is one of the principal commodities, top 5 principal commodities which we are importing from outside. So you can see one important component here, that 3 out of 5 principal commodities for India are related to energy. And that's why green energy or renewable sources of energy are very much crucial for us. Okay. When there is a question why there is importance of the green energy here, you can understand from here, crude petroleum, petroleum product and coal, they are the 3 major items. They are the 3 principal commodities out of the top 5 which we import from outside. So that is also one thing which we see as part of the principal commodities which we import. Then, where do we export? Which countries we are exporting our goods to? So that is also one part. One of the major destination is United States of America, USA. USA is our major export destination. So why US policy matters for us? This is why it matters. It is the most important. It is the largest export destination of India. Second part is, we have this United Arab Emirates, UAE. The second number is that of United Arab Emirates. Then the third one is Netherlands. The third major country where we are exporting our goods is Netherlands. The fourth country is United Kingdom. And the fifth country where we are exporting most of our goods is China People's Republic, or simply China. Okay. So these are the 5 countries where we are exporting our goods: USA, UAE, Netherlands, then United Kingdom and China. Okay. The import regions from where we are importing it. First one is of course China. Then we have this Russia, then UAE, US and Saudi Arabia. These are the 5 countries from where we are importing most of the items. China, then we have Russia, then we have UAE, then we have USA and Saudi Arabia. So these are the major import destination of India. These are the major import destination of India. Now there is also a very crucial part, the balance of payment, that for which countries we are enjoying the surplus, and for them, for those and the other countries with which we are enjoying the deficit or we are getting the deficit. See, for USA there is this surplus, Netherlands surplus, Bangladesh surplus, Nepal surplus, UK surplus, Sri Lanka surplus. Okay. So with these top countries, USA, Netherlands, Bangladesh, Nepal, UK, we are getting the surplus. Okay. Then on the other side, Korea, you can see, just look from here, China, we have the biggest problem or biggest balance of payment crisis with respect to China. With China, we have a trade deficit of 6,22,000 crore. 6,22,000 crore, that is the trade deficit with China. Okay. These all figures are in INR, like rupees. These all are in rupees and in crore values. Okay. Then we have Russia, 3,84,000 crore. That is our trade deficit with Russia. Then Iraq also, Switzerland also, UAE also, Saudi Arabia also, Indonesia also. So these countries, like you can see from here, China, with China we have the largest deficit, and with US we have the best or the most positive trade relation. Okay. Like we are getting some surplus from USA, but with China we are losing that much of in trade, in balance of payment. Okay. So this is one part. The balance of trade, it is actually balance of trade, not balance of payment, balance of trade. So this is like China, we are having the biggest challenge. For US, we are having the best thing. Okay. Examples of telecom instruments, like you have dongles and all, you have the telecom instruments are like the chips and all, which are manufactured in the mobiles and everything. So they are the examples of it. Okay. Like in India, you will find that suppose Samsung is a company. So Samsung is using various chips for communication and all. So many of them are being manufactured in India and then they are being sold abroad. For laptops and all, there are motherboards and everything which are being created here and then they are being sold outside. So that is the example of telecom instruments. Okay. Clear, Mohit? Now, one more aspect here, like this is showing that what is our import and what is our export. Okay. So you can see this import value year by year. This is the import value year by year. Okay. This part reflects our import. It is just of goods. Okay. And this is for the export, the lower one. This part is reflecting the export. So you can see a trend from 2016-17 and here we have 2024-25. So that is the trend also. It has been fluctuating. It has been fluctuating. Okay. Then we have this yearly trend of service trend. For service, this is just opposite. What we see that this is the export. This is the export and the lower one is indicating the import. So this one is representing import. Here we are having the export. So in case of service sector, we have been getting this trade surplus or balance of trade is positive. In case of goods, we are experiencing it in the negative cycle. How Switzerland are in surplus with India? Like Switzerland, like we have this import of various items from Switzerland. So that's why they are in like positive. We are also importing various precious things from Switzerland. Swiss watches and all. Where they are being imported from? Like we are getting them from Switzerland. There are many commodities which are manufactured in Switzerland. We are purchasing it. So from there we get this trade surplus. Okay. So this is part of the entire data with respect to trade. Okay. We have got all the parts here, like what are the major items of export import, what are the major countries of export and import, and what is the trend from 2016 to 2024-25. Generally, you get a question on the trend also. You can be asked about the principal items of export or import also, okay, or principal destination of import and export. So we have got all that covered here. Okay. Now, so this is our first topic. Now we are coming to the second one, India-New Zealand ties. Okay. So last day we were talking about this India-New Zealand ties. Okay. Now there is one clarification. After the classes, I read one of the article which says that this name which I have told you that earlier there was a news article which said that Rachin Ravindra. It is basically a combination of two names, Rahul Dravid and Sachin. But later on there was a clarification from the father of Rachin Ravindra that no, we have not thought like this. It came out like that. Okay. So we have not planned it like this. It came out like that. But anyway, there is a connection of Rachin Ravindra with India and he is of Indian origin, and that's why with New Zealand we are going to celebrate 100 years of sports also in 2026. Okay. So that is one thing, clarification about the last class. Okay. Now, that is not important for exam, but yes, we have talked about this. Okay. Now coming to this part, India-New Zealand ties. So last day there was this negotiation between India and New Zealand, and what all has happened, let us try to understand that what agreements have been finalized. Let us try to understand that. India, New Zealand. Let us see what has been signed. First, about the economy. If we talk from the perspective of economy, what we see that there is this revival of FTA negotiation. There is this revival of free trade agreement negotiation. So that is one of the important part which we have seen. Free trade negotiation revival has been seen. Then the second important part is like there is general agreement that we will enhance our trade, investment and all. Okay. There is a special thing. There has been discussion on early adoption or early cooperation in digital payment. Okay. Early cooperation in digital payment. So that is one thing which has been finalized, that we are going to have some early deals here, especially in case of digital payments. Okay. There is also this signing of various things like authorized economic operators, mutual recognition agreement and all. So that is for trade only. Okay. There is a memorandum of understanding which has been signed for horticulture and forestry cooperation. Okay. So MOU on horticulture and this forestry. Okay. Then we also see that there is like a direct flight, okay, boosting or encouraging more direct flight to New Zealand. Okay. So now we are also talking about having more flights to New Zealand. Okay. Just for today, try to adjust with this, because when I will change this part, it will not be visible because I have already written in black. So for today, just adjust this. From next day, we will have the same color. Okay. Now, there is another part, like if we talk about the diplomatic angle. What has been the change? Okay. In diplomatic front, what we see that like there is a key change. Now New Zealand has supported UN like permanent seat for India. Okay. So now New Zealand supported permanent seat for India in United Nations Security Council. So that is a key change. Like earlier there was no such confirmation. on this, but now they have said that we are going to support India on this issue also. Okay. Even they have said that India will be leader in International Solar Alliance. Okay. Then joining of coalition for disaster resilient infrastructure. So New Zealand has said that okay, India will be leader in this. New Zealand reaffirmed the support for ISA also, CDRI also. There is also MOU on earthquake mitigation cooperation. Okay. MOU on earthquake mitigation. So that has also been signed with respect to India and New Zealand. Then we have also seen that other factors. Okay. One is like boosting the students' engagement. It has also been said that there will be boosting of student mobility. Boost to student mobility. And even there has been like academic exchange which will be facilitated. Okay. And academic exchange. So some of the students from New Zealand, they will be coming to India, and Indians will be going to New Zealand. Okay. So that is also one part. There is also MOU on sports cooperation. sports cooperation. So that is also one part which has been finalized between India and like New Zealand. Okay. At the same time, there is also this recognition of Indian diaspora. Recognition of Indian diaspora. Diaspora's contribution. Okay. So that is also one thing which has been done as part of this meeting. Okay. So last day we have discussed the key aspects of India-New Zealand relation. In just that topic itself, you can add these few points that in the recent discussion, in the recent times, what has happened with respect to India and New Zealand. So this is the addition part. Last day you have seen the key aspects of India-New Zealand relations. We have seen the challenges also. Now this is the recent update which you can add it there as part of India and New Zealand. So I hope that is clear. Can you add it there? So now we have got this complete coverage for India and New Zealand. Last day we have discussed the key aspects. Now we have got the recent updates also. So this is one part about the complete part about India and New Zealand. Okay. Now, coming to the next article, which is with respect to the appointment of CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General. Now, tell me about this one. I think all of you have read polity. Even if you have not read polity, it is generally believed that all those students who are preparing for UPSC examination, they are very much well versed with polity. So I hope you are all well versed with polity. So tell me all about the CAG. What do you know about the CAG? Recently there was a petition in Supreme Court which said that we should change the process of appointment of CAG. Okay. Right now, the CAG is being appointed by the President of India. The President of India simply means he is being appointed right now solely on the advice of central government. Okay. So yes, Article 148 provides for this. Okay. If we look at this one topic, CAG, we can understand from here, this CAG which we have, appointed by President. He is appointed by President on the advice of Council of Ministers. So we see that the executive is choosing the CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General. He is simply called as the custodian of public money. He is regarded as the custodian of public money. You know that this organization, it is a constitutional body. Okay. It is a constitutional body having various power. It has got various power. And it is not responsible to the government. It is not responsible to the government. It is responsible to the parliament. It does not work under the government. Remember one thing, it does not work under union government. Union government. This is responsible to the parliament. This one is responsible to the parliament, not to the president. It is not responsible to the parliament, not responsible to the president. He is responsible to the CAG is responsible to the parliament directly. Now, it is like a responsibility here means it will be giving the answers or it will be telling anything to the parliament. It will be telling anything to the parliament. It is not giving the answers to the government, it is giving the answers to the parliament. So that is its speciality. Now, if we talk about this body, CAG, we also see that, like, what is the eligibility? Who can be CAG? Any answer here? Who can be CAG? Just tell me about this. Who can be appointed as the Comptroller and Auditor General? Is there any eligibility condition? What is the eligibility condition for CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General? So what we see that no explicit mention in the Constitution. Here we see that there is no explicit mention in the Constitution, but generally or traditionally appointed from the IRS. When you are appearing for the UPSC examination, someday you will be joining the account services also or revenue services also. So from there, people can be promoted to the level of CAG also. Okay. So it is generally promoted from Indian Audit and Account System. Generally. But this is not always the case. He should not be holding any office of profit, or he should not hold any other office. What is the tenure? The tenure is 6 years. The tenure here is 6 years. Now, if I give you a statement, that CAG serves at the pleasure of the president. Generally in UPSC Prelims, you get a question like this, that any office or a person holds the office during the pleasure of the president. So if a question is like this, CAG holds the office during the pleasure of the president. So will that be correct or incorrect? Six years or 65 years of? Whichever is earlier. So if there is a statement like this, that CAG holds the office during the pleasure of the president, so will that be correct or incorrect? CAG holds the office during the pleasure of the president. Will that be correct or incorrect? See, remember one thing. When we are talking about the CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General, he is not holding the office during the pleasure of president. In fact, you will find that the CAG cannot be removed by the president arbitrarily. He can be removed in the same manner as the judge of a Supreme Court. He can be removed in the same manner as the judge of a Supreme Court. Okay. So that is one thing, that if we talk about this CAG, okay, so removal in same manner as a judge of Supreme Court. Removal in same manner as a judge of Supreme Court. So he is having that much power. He will be removed in same manner as the judge of a Supreme Court. Okay. Now, there is one more part. Okay, you can understand from here, like he will require this 2/3 majority, a special majority by both houses of parliament. Okay. Now there is another part, the salary and allowances. Salary or allowances. Now there are two aspects of it. There are two aspects of it. Okay, like who will determine this? Will it be done by the president or will it be done by the parliament? There can be one question on this aspect, that who will be deciding the salary, allowances or pension of the CAG? Will it be decided by the president, it means the union government, or will it be decided by the parliament? So who will be deciding this? Yes, remember one thing, in many other cases we have seen, like for example, the Election Commission of India or others, it can be decided by the president or others. But here what we see, that it is decided by the parliament. Parliament will determine. So it will be determined by the parliament. Salary, allowances, pension, etc. They will be determined by the parliament. It is equal to the salary of a Supreme Court judge. Okay. We know that he is not eligible for any further appointment under the government. There is one more part. There is one more part. All expenses charged upon the consolidated fund. Charged upon consolidated fund of India. All expenses are charged upon the consolidated fund of India. So from here, can you tell me this aspect of it, that what is the meaning of vote upon and charge upon? There is one thing voted on, there is one thing called as charge upon. So what is the difference? If there is a written, if it is written that all expenses will be charged upon the consolidated fund of India, so what is the meaning? CAG is, even the Supreme Court judge is removed by the president, but you cannot remove him arbitrarily. He can be removed in the same manner as a Supreme Court judge. So for Supreme Court judge also, removal is by the president, but president cannot do it by himself. President has to follow the same route as mentioned, that it has to be passed by 2/3 majority. So tell me this one part, what is the meaning of charged upon? What is the meaning of this charge upon? So what is the meaning here? Like if it is charge upon, so what is the meaning? This is very important. Charge upon means there will not be any such discussion here. No. Charge upon simply means there are two types of expenses. One which is being discussed in the parliament. One which is discussed in the parliament, it can be changed on all. Okay. So there is a voted upon expenditure. So there is a vote on that, although voting is done here also, but there is a discussion on that expenditure. There is a discussion on that expenditure, so parliament can change it, parliament can alter it. But this is a charge upon expenditure, so there will not be any such discussion about this expense in the parliament. It is charge upon, so there is no such discussion in the parliament, it is simply passed with the budget. So there is no discussion that why this money has been spent, what is the utility of this money or not. So there is no such discussion like this on charge upon thing. There is one thing called as voted upon. Voted upon is simply like you have discussed all the aspect of that expenditure, and charge upon means this will be simply passed, no discussion. So that is the independence of CAG. That is the independence of the CAG. There is no such discussion taking place. Okay. Now, this organization, what we see that there is one challenge. While we see that there is all the independence and everything, there is one single challenge, and that is the appointment process. Appointment is done solely by the central government. So that is one of the key concern. That's why there has been a petition in the Supreme Court. Now Supreme Court has also accepted that petition. Last year we have seen a trend in 2023 in Anup Baranwal case. Supreme Court has said that Election Commission is an independent body, and for its independence, the appointment process has to be fair also. Now, there is a similar petition for CAG also, that it has to be done in a fair manner. So now let's see what is the decision of Supreme Court regarding this. Okay. I hope this part is also clear. The CAG. Now, coming to the last article here, we have this one thing. There is this case study. It is from Bhagpura village in Rajasthan. Okay. This is from the Bhagpura village in Rajasthan. Bhagpura village, Rajasthan. So what we have seen here, like in this area, what is the change? That some people have started making rainwater harvesting structures. Okay. So basically, like there was a support from one of the IIT. Okay. What we see that there is a support, like there is construction of, what we see that construction of water harvesting structure. On approx 5% of land of farmer. So suppose that if there is a farmer, so they are just saying that just make a water harvesting structure in only 5% of the land, and you can save water there. You can save or you can harvest the rainwater there, and using that the productivity can be increased. You can see that this like there is a panchayat, Chareda Panchayat, and in Chareda Panchayat what we see that 12 pond with a capacity of around 25 lakh liters they have been dug in one panchayat, and that is providing the water supply to the ponds, to the agricultural fields. So in this region we have seen that there is this like a huge change in the productivity. Now farmers don't have to worry about the water scarcity. Various small ponds have also been dug in this area. More than 200 plus small ponds have been dug in this area. So this is one of the case study from Rajasthan. This is one from case studies from Bhagpura village in Rajasthan, Dausa district. Okay. So there the people are having a rich production of wheat also as well as vegetables also because of the water harvesting techniques. So you don't have to remember the name of the people. You can simply write in the case study that in Rajasthan in a Bhagpura village there have been construction of like a small ponds in just 5% of the land of the farmers. That water, the harvested water is sufficient enough to grow the wheat and vegetable crops in that area, and at the same time it is also reducing the cost of agriculture and improving the productivity. So that is what you can use as a case study or as an example in your mains examination. You don't have to write all the detail that who was the farmer, who has done this and who has not done this. You can simply mention that in Rajasthan, in Bhagpura district, just that much is, in Bhagpura village, this has been done. And just on 5% of land, rainwater harvesting structures have been created, which has enabled the farmer to cultivate wheat and vegetable crops. So this is one thing which you can mention as an example in your answers in GS paper 1 also, to wherever agriculture related question is there. Okay. So that is one case study. Now from the prelims angle, we have one thing. From prelims angle, this is one part, that what is the name of local water harvesting techniques. In Rajasthan, it is called as Johars. In Gujarat, it is called as Veer Das. In Maharashtra, it is called as Bhandaras. In Himachal Pradesh, it is called as Kul. In Madhya Pradesh, it is called as Bauris. Tamil Nadu, it is called as Erish. Karnataka, it is called as Kere. Bihar, Ahar Paine system. Uttar Pradesh, Jhalaras, Dighis, Mundas and Kata, Jing and Dong in Assam and Northeast. Okay. So these are certain names. Now, since there is an increased focus on water harvesting structure, sometimes UPSC can ask you these things in match the pair type question. There is multiple such examples which are given in Yojana, Kurukshetra and all. So from there, you can get these names also. So that is one list which you have to keep in mind. In water harvesting structures, if they ask in prelims, there can be a question around this. Okay. So you can simply do one thing. On map, you can take a map of India, and in that map itself, you can indicate this in different areas. That okay, in Rajasthan it is called as Johars. In Uttar Pradesh it is called as Jhalaras. Okay. In northeastern regions of India it is called as Dong. In Ladakh it is called as Jing. In Madhya Pradesh, it is called as Bauris. Okay. So these type of information can be asked about the state and the water harvesting techniques which are used there. Okay. So I hope that is clear. So that is one case study for you also, and prelims related aspect for you also. I hope it's clear for everyone. Okay. So that will be all for today. We have discussed 4 articles. First, we have seen a comprehensive trade and its related components, like what has been the trade deficit, what are the major export and import destination, what are the major items of export and import, the major countries of export and import, the trend of deficit or trend of export and import in case of goods also, in case of services also. Then we have seen India and New Zealand relations. We have updated that part with the current affairs. Third part which we have seen is with respect to the CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General, that what is the news all about and why there is a demand. And then this is one of the case studies. Okay. So I hope it is clear to everyone. In last week also, we have discussed about water harvesting and all. Okay. Okay. So that will be all for today. Let's meet tomorrow in the morning. In the morning, we will be discussing this medieval history questions, medieval history and art and culture question in the morning at 8 AM. And in the evening, we will meet again at 5 PM to discuss the current affairs. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Take care and all the best.